I would like for you to, however, I like you to match. I'll call you. Pass me that freeze. All right. All right, guys, we're going to get started before I lose half of my audience. Hello, happy Friday to you all. This is High Priestess Jamila coming to talk to y'all with an exclusive conversation about generational hexes. You know, when you have that moment in life where you may look at an elder or a parent and you think, God, I don't ever want to end up like that person. You know what? It's much deeper than what a lot of you all think. So let's talk about it. Now, the reason why I wanted to put that percentage in there is because that is what I've estimated it based upon what I have learned since, since embarking on my temple path in life, okay? So about 75% of people that are generationally cursed, which is probably about 90% of the population. Okay, a curse is where they turn something positive into negative. Something that's supposed to be positive in your life, they turn it into a negative. Okay, so that's the whole consensus, especially if you have a spiritual background, if you are a spiritualist, if you are a witch, if you are a seer, if you are a person that has any kind of spiritual gift, they took those gifts and turned them into curses, but they added stuff on top of it. So we're going to talk about the crapola that they added on top of it, okay? So welcome to the channel. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, thumbs up this video. Make sure you share this video. Share it with a friend or somebody that you care about. Now, 75%, a lot of people, when you feel blocked, and you look at all the aspects, many people, they look to the outside of their family. They always do. They look at the corporations, people of other races that never met them. They look at several different factors, but they don't look at what is sitting in their living room, which is usually a big-ass pink elephant. 75% of you that are generationally cursed are cursed by a family member, an elder, a narcissistic parent, either a covert narc parent where you would never suspect that this person is going to church and praying for you to be their sacrifice like Jesus. Okay? So it can go all the way from that to other things that may seem very unimportant to a lot of you guys, and that's why I'm here to open up your eyes to this. So the main factor, so the 75%, and the reason why it is that, because it used to didn't be that a while ago, it was because of narcissism. Narcissism is a one-way ticket to committing suicide and self-harm. That's what it is. If you have ever been called a narc, you are called a person that is committing self-harm. Period. That's what narcs do. They commit self-harm. And what do? They cannot rise above. They are broken. They consider themselves to be broken. Either heartbroken, either they've given up on society, they've given up on themselves, they've given up on their lives. Okay, 75% of you, it was done by a parent. The rest of the percentage, probably only maybe about 5% of you would be owned by a corporation. And you would have to be an extremely powerful person with a lot of spiritual gifts to be owned by a corporation. So about 5% of you are actually owned by corporations. The other 10% of you are being sacrificed by generations of families that you don't even know about. These are people that you've never met. They somehow, down the bloodline lineage, own some kind of contract to your soul. Okay, and then the rest of you, the generational hex could come through friends, ex-lovers, all factors could be playing a factor. But when you have an active parent that is a narc, constantly doing things, and see, as seers and children of the corn, we can sense everything that they're doing. So you know how they say that you have that connection with your parents to where it's like a core connection to where you feel what they feel? So some of y'all have parents that are absolutely pathetic. They have no drive in life. They gave up. They hate themselves. They hate their lives. If you're my age, your parents is probably close to 70, and they really, some of y'all parents just hate their lives. They feel unfulfilled. And so what do? They want the child to feel unfulfilled. It makes them feel better. Okay. Now, I'm keeping it real with y'all. A lot of y'all black women out there, y'all mama broke up with y'all daddy, and then your mama been trying to turn your brother or either you into a lover to replace your daddy, has been tearing down her mind, her body, and her spirit just so that she can be right. Stuck on stupid. Okay, stuck on your daddy, couldn't move forward, and then now you having problems in your life. And so you can see it trickling down. Why is this coming up in this generation so heavily? Because it didn't exist in the generation before us. Now, some of y'all do have grandparents some of y'all do have grandparents, but it's a very, very, very small percentage of the population. It used to be the grandparents, the last generation, but for this generation, it is the parents, mostly. These are active people that even in your 40s and 50s, they want to control how you feel. They want to control what happens to you. They will rip apart your marriages, your relationships. They will call your job. Okay, if you tell them where you work. Okay? This ain't about just being ghetto fabulous. This can happen of any sort. Now, the most obvious one, and this can be happening all at the same time, is when they're doing all that, but at the same time they are ritualistically trying to sacrifice your energy. So this is when this is a majority. This is what the Matrix was about. This was what the Matrix movie was about, essentially. Okay, the fact that the parents that could not stand up to that demon and tell it to get the hell on, and that it only exists in the mind, and that it can't actually hurt no damn body, because we all know that now. Okay, we learned that when we were children and we were getting over the boogeyman. So our parents were literal idiots. They sold us out for Social Security, and now they can't even live off of the damn Social Security. That's all they wanted, was a nice retirement. Now the shit done got real complicated, ain't it? And some of y'all parents gave birth to you just so that you could be a tax refund. These are facts, but that's rare. You got to be amongst like maybe a 5 or 10%er. But I will tell you that for many of you guys, whoever is in my circle, whoever listens to me and depends upon me for spiritual advice, this is exactly what's happening. Some of them are not making it quite so obvious, the things that they're doing, using all sorts of tips and tricks to trigger you emotionally. They're not just saying things to you, they are saying things at their altars. So a lot of y'all think, well, if they ain't said nothing, then that don't mean nothing. But that's because you can't hear what the fuck they saying about you to Passer and to God. Passer and God. These are facts. That's why many of you are scoundering around confused today. You know why? Because universally, and this is another thing I'm gonna tell y'all about these jokers with these with this damn election. They sociopaths. They're doing it on purpose. They're purposely hiding the results because it really doesn't matter. They're saying, ha ha, can't you see that your vote really doesn't count? And we're going to mess with you. Okay, it all goes along with the same thing. See, the younger generation is bringing it to the forefront. The older generation is scared. They don't actually know the truth because they've been lied to. So they started doing work yesterday at about, I'd say probably about 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They started doing work to fuck up y'all heart chakra and to fuck up y'all love life. Now, a lot of y'all may not think it's a big deal, but now that you are where you're at now, because you can't breathe. You can't breathe. Your heart is compromised. They did it universally. Okay, there's a lot of them on the same frequency. These are people that are possessed by very negative entities that are not even on the earth. This shit that's affecting our parents, they're not even on the earth. They're up in the sky, pretending to be a sky daddy. Skynet is who that is. They can't get into Earth's atmosphere. She won't let them. But they can hang out, and they can hang out somewhere between fucking Mars and the moon. Okay? That's where they at. That's why all of us know they are there, those of us that can see it. Okay? Now, they've been messing with the moon a lot. For whatever reason, they've been trying to mess with the moon. So the moon is actually healing herself right now. They have discovered water on the moon because the moon has been healing herself. Okay, just like Earth, very similar to Earth. So the problem, why is it that it's so many of them? Because our parents came out of the generation that was greater affected, in particular during the crack epidemic. You know, to be honest with you, there is no such thing as narcissism. It's just crack babies and crackheads making the wrong decisions. These are facts. That is what created narcissism, and particularly in the Black community. Crack cocaine is a chemical that was created in outer space by interdimensional beings. It was not created of this earth. No, crack cocaine was not made out of a fucking cocoa plant. That's a lie. That's the biggest lie ever. That stuff came from another planet, from another universe, from another galaxy, from an interdimensional enemy and demon that, okay, you know, if you smoke that stuff, you're willing to do anything for it. We know that there's some very, very, very strong-minded people out there that can carry these crack addictions, but only for so long they'll break. So that shit came from somewhere else. So that's where the invasion started. They covered it up and made it look like white people sprinkled crack in the Black community, and that's not what the fuck happened, because it ended up in their communities too. So stop thinking ignorantly. As long as your ignorant ass parents are telling you that it's not your fault, and that somebody broke you and you're not strong enough to overcome it, you're going to continue to stay where you're at. Your parents are weak-minded. They fell for it. Okay, that's why they're attacking you, because you've escaped it. They want you to be sad, off balance. Your narcissistic mother, she's sitting at home taking them goddamn pills that ain't doing nothing. Let me tell y'all something. They become resistant to all those heart medications. Why do they take heart medications, guys? Why? Why do they take heart medications? You know why they take heart medications? Because their heart chakra is dying. And they think that by taking a pill that is going to artificially wake their heart up or keep them alive, it's only to keep the demon alive. Nobody should be taking any of those things. Your body doesn't need it. It destroys other areas, and so they're doing it, and their bodies have become resistant to that shit. That's why their hearts is jumping all over the damn place. Okay? And they don't know what to do because they're confused. So they're sitting at home. They haven't had sex in 5 years. If they did have sex, it was probably by somebody that they had to pay Okay, this is the life of our parents. They are lonely, they are sad, they have decided to give up on life. Are you going to do the same thing? Hell no. We see the games that they play publicly. So we're very sure, like, this is, is Jamila crazy? I mean, we can see it right here in front of us. What the fuck? It's right in your face. The only difference is that some of you guys, it's very covert. It depends. It depends on your bloodline. It depends on how they facilitate the deception to you. Okay? And then you get to the point where you realize that you were dealing with a bunch of handlers, and you're like, who are these people? So then you go and search for something real, don't you? That's exactly what everybody needs, something real, because that's fake. Anybody that would try to limit you, and see, this is where they're like, well, this isn't my fault. I feel, our parents feel limited within their own minds. They're scared, they're worried. They don't know what they're going to do. They're very unsure about the future still. They said we should listen to them, but why don't they have financial security like we do? Why were we able to manifest financial security and our parents weren't? They're still working for other people. So let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with having a job. But the problem is that they want those limitations put out there on us. They want us to think limited, not just about money, but they want us to believe in their sexual beliefs. If your father was gay, then he's going to say that every man in your life is gay. And he's going to attract gay men to you, and you're going to be wondering why you got all these men on the DL. If your mama was a lesbian, or she's bitter and turned into a lesbian, one of those, wilted grapes that turned into a fucking lesbian, she's going to want you to be a lesbian. Okay? You know why? Because she wants to kill herself. That's why she hates herself. She doesn't know how to manifest the life that she wants because she thinks too far into her limitations. So then what do? They'll go to people and they'll say, well, I think that my kid is going down the wrong path. I don't think that they should, be in love and do all those things or have sex. Sex is so horrible and disgusting. Children are being molested out there. Go and fuck up her love life for me, and just continue to try to fuck up her love life and cast. So they'll go to witches and spiritualists. They won't come to me because they get cussed out of the damn door. There would never be anybody that's a parent that would contact me to have them break their kid up with their man. It's just not gonna fucking happen because they know better. They know better. First of all, a lot of you guys, the reason why you're having heart problems is because they're blocking your actual real love life. You have no balance. Many of you women are celibate. You've been celibate for years. They messing up your body. They're distracting you from what your body needs, which are certain herbs and certain things that you need, to sustain your health. They try to tell you that when you was 30-something years old that you were old. One example of a narcissistic father is Britney Spears' father. Oh my God. I might do a reading on Britney Spears. She was in the news not too long ago, too. Looking crazy. We all know you ain't doing okay, Britney. We all know, honey, and we just want you to get better because it is something ain't right there, and y'all know it. Her father is the devil. Okay, that's an example of a narcissistic father. The mother is more covert, has this weird obsession with her own daughter. It's so bizarre. It's Britney. There is no reason why we shouldn't see Britney Spears out with friends. There's no reason why Britney Spears shouldn't be out touring and doing shows. They've convinced her that she looks too old. They done messed Britney's head up, man. You know, and the way that they did it was very early on sexualized abuse of that child. Y'all remember the song Hit Me Baby One More Time? Very deep song. You can take it how you want it. It depends on what's going on in your family. So her father feels like he's her husband, and that's why he drove away her man, drove away her children, and he is currently isolating his daughter. And the latest video that you saw on her with her dancing around, Lord have mercy, help that child. You can tell that it's very contrived, and he probably got her under some kind of MK Ultra mind control or something is what I'm thinking, and it's really hard for her to break it because she has so many plastic fake people around her, and she was raised in that environment. You know what I'm saying? We know she ain't okay. And you know what? I noticed a lot of people go through so much. They go through their diet. You know, they go, it's not what you're eating, baby. It's still going to eat at you. It's a demon. Eventually, you're going to have to come to the crossroads. Eventually. And you're going to have to meet me and Hecate or some other spiritualist that you might decide to go see. You know, but if you come to me, I'm telling you 100% the truth. And see, that is the reason why. And yes, I have yet to manifest that for myself. It's coming. It feels like it's a balloon getting ready to pop. You know, listen, if you've been doing something, or if the universe has been doing something, because it's as above and so below and as above as well. Okay, and everything in between. So if you've been doing something, if you have been training your omniverse to do something for 30-something years, I'd say that it probably might end up taking you about 10 years to completely complete that cycle. So it depends on what you're doing. Could take less, could take 6 or 7 years. I know in 2021 is going to be the 6th year for a lot of you guys. You'll be working on the 6th year. And see, they're supposed to free the slaves after the 6th year. So our parents brought back slavery to where, oh, you were just breeding those children for the system. You were breeding. That was it. You felt like you didn't have control over what happened to your family. It's very horrific. And you know what? Everybody can get through it, but it's a contract on y'all, and they got you under mind control. They got you scared. Right now, a lot of y'all, I can tell because you're not chatting, a lot of y'all have anxiety today. That's why I came on here to talk to y'all about this. And you know what? You're going to have to face it. I had somebody in my living room. She was sitting in my living room, and I was sitting right next to her, and it was very difficult for her to write down. Her father had such control over her mind. This was one of my sisters. He had such control over that child's mind that she could not write it on the piece of paper to free herself of that. And she was sitting right in front of me. She couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for her. You got to pay me for that. I don't do free work for folks. That's a very expensive ritual. Okay. A lot of people that are generationally hexed, they have a tendency to blame other people. Yeah, you can have beefs and problems with other people in life, but what you really, really need to focus on is that root chakra and what's going on. You need to be very, very concerned about why your parents have been single for years and years and years and years. And if you yourself have found that this has manifested in your own life, you have to question it. You have to say, what is going on? You can't sit back and be complacent about it. And then you can tell when they have something to do, when they want you just like them, when they immediately react to anything that is anything remotely close to you having a love life, because they actually want you to die. Some of y'all, they're messing with your love life because they're hoping that you die. Okay, it is a such thing as people dying of broken hearts. It has happened. Now, it's not going to happen if you're under the protection of your spirits, though. Okay. So your solar plexus is also broken. They broke your solar plexus from the beginning by telling you that you had to get, by telling you that the only way that you were going to ever have money was if you went to college and got a good job. They said, well, let me tell you something. This is the way you do it. You go to school every day, you go to college, and you get a job. And if you're lucky, you get a real good job. And that was the limit to it. That was it. That was it. Okay. So all of the companies and the corporations and things that were supposed to be started, a lot of y'all supposed to be starting y'all businesses. Where y'all at? Then some of y'all got that spirit of procrastination on you where you just wait forever and then you say, oh, well, I'm half dead now. I'll just wait until the next lifetime. Well, that means that they done sucked you dry. They sucked you dry, created some negative shit for you to feel sad about and fucked you over and said, and many of you are going to stay in that. You go through the same thing over and over again. You go through the same patterns in life. You go through the same patterns and you know it. And that demon is going to keep stopping you. Blaming High Priestess Jamila is not going to help you, babies. Jamila is just the light bearer. It ain't my fault. Okay? Hey, Kendra. Hey, baby. It ain't Jamila's fault. Don't blame it on me. Just don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. Okay? I'm just telling y'all the truth. Now, this weekend, we have an extremely important portal that is opening on the 7th. Okay? It'll be opening between the 7th and the 8th. I am going to be doing this amazing ritual so you guys can join on Etsy, just to let you guys know. But if you guys need a Gen Hex remover, if you guys don't, let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all want to do things all at once. And so you guys will say, well, I don't want to pay that, or not that you don't want to. Maybe you just don't have the extra money to pay $1,600. There's a lot of people that do. So this is what, for you people that don't feel like you have it, participate in every Sabbath and group ritual that I offer, and then you'll be good. It'll average about $1,600, okay, per year, and you can pay it in bits. That would be your way of doing it that way. So make sure that you guys are joining me on Patreon. Okay, but some people have, let me tell y'all what happens when you have a generational hex on you. A lot of you guys will see all of the warning signs. Your intuition will be trying to tell you what the hell is going on, and you will ignore it and ignore it and ignore it and ignore it until it's too late. Now, some of our parents didn't find out until their deathbed. They were already ready to transition. Death is a choice. Okay, they're not giving you a choice. They're taking your energy. That's why, okay, there was an old white guy. He just recently died, and he kept getting all these heart transplants. Why do y'all think that they can't feed off of your heart chakra energetically? That's why they create so much hatred and problems and issues and lies and deception. They're already half dead inside, almost dead, so they don't care. But your spirit guides do give a fuck, because you guys are going down the wrong path. Y'all are allowing yourselves to be led by these bitter people that you shouldn't be listening to. You are. You're punishing yourselves. You're torturing yourselves. You're denying yourselves. You're punishing yourselves. I just recently bought. I'm doing some home improvement, and I just recently bought some new stuff for my bedroom. I have a tendency. I've been neglecting myself for the past 3 to 4 months because we're near the end of the contract. If y'all are not aware of this, and if y'all are not under the umbrella, then that contract will start right over again for you for the new year. If you are not understanding and listening, they will reaffirm the goddamn contract. They will. Okay? I do contract removals. They will do a contract resurrection. They'll create another one. Okay? And you know what? That's if you're not understanding of that. Those of us that understand, we know that on the new year, we have our special rituals that we're going to do to fight against it. It's not like a big deal. It doesn't have to be a complicated thought process. As a high priestess, it's something that I've gotten used to. Okay. And so for me, I don't even see, when I see your generational hex contract, I just see the demon that holds it. And either the contract gets destroyed and the demon goes away, or the fucking demon gets destroyed. It's literally like that. The hard part about it is manifesting the money to pay for the work for some of you. For some of you, it doesn't. I have clients that are rich. I have clients that I have a few celebrity clients. Okay. A lot of you guys that are getting your money up. Okay. You will get there, but listen to what I am saying. Okay. Okay. You don't make your decisions based upon negative people. You need to look at the people that are telling you the truth, and I am telling you 1000% the truth. Many of you guys, when you had children at a young age, especially you women, your parents didn't have much hope for you except a rolled down welfare. That's all they had hope for you. Those were their limitations. Who wants to be limited to that? Nobody. Nobody ever has and ever does want to be. But many of you are. That is because some of it. Now, I will tell you that I have seen some people, and this is a very scary thought, but it's the truth. Hey, Teron Herring, how are you? I have seen some people that are just like zombies. They're just walking in that energy. They're completely catatonic. They are completely in a psychosis, and they have no idea until somebody tells you. A lot of people don't know. Okay. You have to understand that everything prior, not everything, but a lot of the stuff that they did and that they said to us and that they said about us. Okay. What's wrong with learning how to speak positively about your own children? Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of your parents that have gotten better. I've done generational hex removers where the parent actually got better, but the child still looks at you a little side-eyed after that because it depends on what you did. You try to kill your kid, you might have some trust issues with that kid forever. Okay, so a lot of our narcissistic parents have these weird expectations. If they can't hurt you, then they want to try to be next to you so that they can, do certain stuff. But in my opinion, I feel that adults, especially when you hit the age 20, 30, 40, 50, you're supposed to be living apart from your parents anyway. Just because our parents decided to get sick and sicker and sicker, and they decided to play sick. A lot of them are playing sick. A lot of them are a lot more independent than what they let on. But they play the game and they play it well. They're actors. They're acting. These are actors. I realize that, when it comes to real parenting, it's not acting. You're not acting. You're not teaching your child how to act. You're teaching them how to exist, essentially, when you first start raising them. Okay. Now, as you get older, you're supposed to break away. And if you're going down the romantic aisle, this is where a lot of you guys get it twisted. This is how a lot of your sick family members end up feeding and eating off of the people in your life, and they go away because you're doing too damn much. See, knowing what I know, sorry guys, I always protect my lovers from being fed on specifically. So many of you guys are, in fact, being fed on. I told y'all it's just about the energy. It's just about the energy. And sometimes when you come from a narc family, you're going to have to choose between having a good man or woman in your life and a fucked up situation with a fucked up family. I'm not going to make decisions based on what's going to please my screwed up family. And that's what a lot of you guys are doing. Many of you guys feel like you have to choose between your happiness and the duty to these people that you're playing martyr for. Why can't those people do those things for themselves? This is not just, it's normal. Let's say that your mother gets sick or gets cancer or something and you got to take her, you got to be there for her. That's different. I'm talking about long-term, 20, 30 years of you can't live your life because I'm going through this. It's always something. You can't be happy. There's just somebody belly aching. Okay, and it's, I hate to tell y'all the truth, but y'all miserable parents is going to keep you miserable for the rest of your life and into the next lifetime. When you decide that you want to truly liberate your mind, your heart, your spirit, your crown, your yoni, your sacral chakra, your root chakra, when you clear yourself of those things, let me tell you the number one sign that you are clearing yourself of a root chakra hex is hemorrhoids. If you get a hemorrhoid, it's a curse, but guess what? It's because of a blessing. Believe it or not. You just take you a nice hot bath, put you some golden rod in there, some golden seal, okay? Some cat claw, some witch's grass root. Okay, there's several other herbs, pennyroyal. Put that in that bath though, and you'll be okay. And you pull yourself up out of that. You got to reroot yourself, okay? So many of you guys, the things that are happening to you, you're healing, but you think you're sick, and you will convince yourself to get sicker and sicker. You're very welcome, Kendra. Okay. You have to think of yourself more beyond your parents and where you came from. Okay. Now, if you feel like your generation of your family has been hexed by the court system, a corporation, please believe that somebody had to it. So you got to look into the generations of your family, and you have got to see what the hell is going on. Okay. It's one thing to get money and then have a bunch of jealous ass people harassing you afterwards. But then it's another thing to not be able to manifest a damn thing that you want in life. And that is what they are doing to a lot of y'all. Why? Well, the contract is located in the etheric realm. You have to have access to the etheric realm to get rid of the contract. Okay. To understand and to have access to the spirit realm, you have to know necromancy. That's why necromancers are some of the most famous and infamous. For example, Marie Laveau. Okay, she was a necromancer. She's a very powerful necromancer. Okay, yeah, very, very powerful. Okay. They probably done cleared out all of the dirt from around her tomb because people go there to her. And it's not about getting dirt from her tomb. It's not about that. It's about having that connection with necromancy and Hecate. And, Hecate is a Roman goddess. Okay. Also, what's the other word that they said? She's Roman. For me, she's a Roman goddess. Maybe that's because of the connection. I am an eclectic witch. And I know what the hell I'm talking about. So a lot of y'all that suffer every single day, you need to cut the cord from your messed up parent. You're still carrying around their womb energy with you. It's okay to do it. And then they'll say, well, why don't you want to suffer with me? They choose to suffer. They choose to suffer. It's very imbalanced. A lot of our mothers fucked up. They became single. They stayed single for years and years and years and years. Became off balanced, created cobwebs around their vaginas, lost their sense of womanhood. That is the problem, is that when you do that, you lose your sense of femininity. You do. And when men do it, they lose their sense of masculinity. And then this is when perverted things start coming in. You start thinking, well, I tried to go down the path of romance, but it was blocked for me by myself. They're committing self-harm against themselves. They're very off balance. They've got fibroid tumors, infertility. They're going through menopause. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's the doctor said it. Oh, okay. Was this Dr. Doolittle? What divine masculine energy are you connected with, honey? I don't understand it. So we don't even understand it. It's very unfamiliar. A lot of you guys generationally, you're like, am I adopted? The fuck, did I even come from these people? If you feel that way, it's time for you to get your solace. And stop thinking, and you know what you can do? You can just stop thinking about all the problems that they created. Trust me, it has a very, very heartwarming heart chakra effect, okay? I am a healer, so I know a lot about healing. If you guys are going through high blood pressure, anxiety, I know the key to heal that stuff for you. So you guys, I'm always here. Because the high blood pressure came from the black magic that was used to take from your heart chakra, and your heart will pump harder. That's the nature of the heart chakra. It will pump harder because it's trying to tell you something. When you can feel your heart in your chest, it's time to listen to your heart, okay? You ever get those weird moments to where, and it used to kind of, sometimes it would freak me out back when but you know how you can just sometimes feel your heart, you can feel it pounding. That means your heart trying to tell you something. And they told you that you was about to die. And some of y'all are about to die because your heart chakra's dying. You better all that stuff that they did, that ain't good for you. There was a reason why the vagina and the penis is located by the root chakra. That's why we have sex the way that we have sex. That's dangerous. You ain't supposed to be practicing celibacy for too long. That, honey, Let me tell you something. Not even Jesus would tell you to do that. That's why they crucified Jesus. I think Jesus was a realist. And y'all know that even though I don't consider myself to be Christian, I still have a lot of respect for Jesus. I was raised with Jesus. I was raised in the church, okay? Believe it or not. Okay? And, I don't, and the church is saying, well, you don't necessarily have to rebel against us, per se. Now, I have been looking at those at the family, these very, very high ranking Freemasons that are pushing this religious stuff. Well, I already beat them. Like, y'all, listen, y'all, listen, I'm just telling y'all, of all that Freemasonry where they do all the, they do the crisis acting and all that stuff. That witchcraft is very real. Witches laugh at Freemasons. This is funny to us. It's funny to us. They are basing their beliefs on witchcraft. And they told you that the number 666 was bad, and it's not. So they, and I already beat their asses a long time ago, years ago, in like 2018, 2017, somewhere between 2017 and 2018. But there's a religious thing. It's on Netflix. It's called The Family. I tried to get into it, but I was just like, I just don't believe in them. I just assume it's to watch the updated Charm. Maybe I'll get into a philosophical mood where I can watch it. But right now, I'm deeply in the etheric spiritual realm. That's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why I've been kind of MIA. I ain't really been MIA. I've just been busy. I had some rituals that I had to do today. So, but Spirit led me to come and talk to y'all about this because y'all be tripping. Y'all give up y'all life for people that don't give a damn about you. Why don't they give a damn about you? Stop taking it personally. They don't give a damn about you because they don't give a damn about themselves. Break free of that line of thinking, get your mind right and free yourself. Yeah, they gonna threaten you. They gonna call your job. They gonna try to take shit from you. Man, stand up against that and be the goddess and the god that you meant to be. Y'all are fully supported by the universe. Even if they do black magic can sometimes, I'm going to tell y'all something, black magic has its purpose. It's only meant to fucking wake you up. It's not meant to actually hurt you. You are the only person that can hurt you. Essentially, you are your own God. The problem is that it got lost in translation. Yes, they are off balanced. Anybody that would do some of the things that they're doing, universally, the whole initiative to reduce the population, all of that goes against nature on this planet. All of it. You have to look at the individual suffering. That's why everybody's story counts. When it comes to Mother Earth and the goddess, she is always going to keep her promises to you. But it's only when your mind gets tricked that you believe otherwise. And it's not just the goddess by herself. Her man is standing beside her. We call him Odin. He's going to take center point along with a lot of other deities. It's energy. But Odin is a very old Roman god. Okay, and he's very powerful. But if you guys want to call him the Green Man, if you guys want to call him the Earth Father, if you guys want to call him the Sky Daddy, because there's another daddy up there. And see, we've got to start paying attention to the fact that who is keeping these damn interdimensional beings off of the planet? The ones that would pull the alarm on the nuclear weapons to kill you, to kill your generation. Or to try to, because there will be survivors of that. So it would be pointless. It would be pointless for them to do that, because it still would not mean that they would be allowed entry on this earth. There is something blocking them, and it is divine masculine energy. Okay, radiates down to the earth all of the time. If your mind is programmed to think of God as somebody that's constantly trying to hurt and abuse you, like the God of the Bible. We're not talking about Jesus. Jesus was the Son of God. Okay, so Jesus was the Son. Okay, I'm guessing, you know, his mother, her role, maybe she was the moon, maybe she was Venus, maybe she was whatever you want to make her. You know, it's all a part of the process of you letting go of that fear. And when you have a narcissistic parent that is trying to kill you and kill off their lineage, what is going on and what are you going to do? You going to lay down and fold? No, you're not. Why would you do that? Think about it. Was it meant for you to lay down and fold? If it were meant for you to lay down and fold, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys about it right now. It was meant for you to fight against it. I don't give a damn if you got to light candles every damn day. The earth is very abundant as long as you're doing it with some kind of purpose. That's a zombie apocalypse. That's a curse. That's the curse that we were all meant to battle. This is one of the reasons why I came in the year 1977. And why some of y'all came in between 1966. It was between 1966 because it's a 666. The 9 is inverted. 1966 and 1977 and going upwards. Now, the problem is that the younger generation has been sullied somehow. They've been very sullied. They've been affected by, that's why our children can be affected by it. You know, you got to sit down one day and have that conversation with your children, and you have to say, listen, there are certain things that I have to manifest for myself before I can manifest anything for you. So when it comes to things that they want, this conversation, you shouldn't even be having to have this conversation. It's sad, but it's the truth. And you are not alone in this, trust me. There are many of you, over half of you in the world. Okay, the other half, they had very good parents that wasn't playing that shit, and their parents are still alive, doing well, either playing golf or running every day, living very, very good lives, while you scurry around in society wondering what the fuck is going on, because you were led astray. They told you that what the hell is the point in living if you're not fulfilled and happy? So then you become a functioning robot. And that's not what you are. You're a human being. You have to be taken care of. You have to be able to take care of yourself. Okay? Now, the rest of you guys that are being affected by social media and other influences, y'all plight is not quite as difficult. But there are some of you guys that are literally in bondage by your parents. Look at Britney Spears. It's a sad shame to see her like that. They limit your money. Their energy limits everything about your life. Why is it so limiting? You know, when we do money spells over here, we ask for $1 million every time. When we do money work, we don't ask for what we need. We ask for more than what we need when we're doing money. And we don't ask for it, we manifest it. And if it's not there, you're going to have to manifest it. It ain't just going to all appear at once, and a lot of y'all wasting time. Your businesses are failing, your health is failing, and you're giving up on life. You have someone that is reminding you, I'm one of them, that you can get better and you can heal yourself. And especially today, y'all should be pumped up. Y'all should be ready for love. I'm going to share a video that I did for you guys. It's very different than most love advertising, because a lot of times when it comes to love, why is love work even necessary? Why would you need to do work? Well, it's because of the disgusting shit that people do, the disgusting energies, the negative entities, the bad frequencies, the people that want to take advantage of your pain. Okay. Now, a lot of people say, well, Jamila, you wouldn't make money if people weren't going through it. But you know what? I create permanent change for people. Okay. So you guys can stop struggling in life. I'm going to show you guys a promo that I did, because I need to take a little break, and then I want to hear the beginning of my song. I want to show y'all the promo of the video that I just uploaded, and I will be right back because I'm going to wrap this up because it's time for me to eat something. All right, y'all, I'm back. Thank you for giving me that break. So I'm gonna wrap this up, but I want to say this in closing to all of you guys as far as what I don't know what that is. Good grief. A movie popped up, okay. All right, y'all. So you guys don't have to. I've noticed that many of you guys have spent the last 5 to 6 to 7 to 10, 20 years wrapped up in this garbage, debating about your life, debating about if it's worth something, your parents trying to make you feel bad for having children out of wedlock and judging you and doing all this stuff. Time for you to free yourself, okay? So if you guys need to reach me, if you guys are interested in taking the left-hand path, also, if you guys are ready to free yourself and to figure out what exactly is going on, you guys can contact me for a consultation. I am booked for the evening, but I do have openings for Saturday. So to get on my Saturday and Sunday schedule, you guys need to go ahead and because it'll fill up fast. So go to the Etsy, go to my Etsy shop. The link is below in the video description box. I do authentic, real work that works. Okay. And also, guys, make sure that you guys get into Yule. Okay. We are already doing Yule work. And then I do have another group ritual. Hey, Hecate. Hey, sweetie. You ain't been here in a minute. Hey there. I do have a group ritual that is going to be a universal group ritual for balancing. This is going to be when the moon is at 50%. It will be between the 7th and 8th of November of 2020. So you guys can join that if you guys would like. Okay, the link to my Etsy, all of that is available on Etsy. You do not need a consultation to join the group rituals, just to let y'all know. Okay. All right, I hope y'all have a wonderful Friday. If you guys are not aware, Friday is the day of Aphrodite. So, you know, what they're doing is they're working against trust. They're working against love. They're working against your sexual energy. And that's why many of you guys have cancer and gallstones and infertility and all of those things, okay? All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Have a wonderful Friday evening. And I'll catch y'all later. Okay. Peace and love.